Announcing the National HIV Kama, who represented Director General Uganda AIDS Commission, said that despite the challenges, strides have been made in a target to end HIV/AIDS by 2030.
We have made tremendous progress in the fight against HIV, most especially in the last 10 years or 12 years. We have consistently reduced the number of new HIV infections. We have consistently reduced the number of AIDS-related deaths.
Dr. Byamukama adds limited funds and stigma and low access to information remain a challenge and appeal to everyone to take responsibility.
So we look forward, as part of financing dialogue, to really put the detail of the amount of financing we need to deliver on the promise of ending the AIDS pandemic. Without adequate financing, we shall not be able to deliver our promise.
To have zero new HIV transmission, to have zero deaths from AIDS-related complications, and to have zero HIV and AIDS-related stigma and discrimination.
The UNFPA country representative, Daniel Alemo, reiterates the need to focus on people living with disability who are HIV positive.
As well as ensure that we address any unintended consequences of any, of course, legislations that may hinder access to life-saving services such as HIV/AIDS.
Gloria Nawanyanga has lived with AIDS for 26 years, and Joanita Kawalia, the musician coordinator on HIV/AIDS, advised youth enjoy responsibly.
I am here to encourage all young people to be part of the National HIV and AIDS Scientific Symposium, because I believe that as we young people, we have a big role to play. And as the theme is my responsibility towards ending AIDS by 2030, I believe as young people, we have the most or the biggest responsibility to end AIDS by 2030.
For the artists and musicians, the upcoming HIV Symposium is an opportunity to remind ourselves about our role in ending AIDS. And during this symposium, musicians and artists will play a leading role in remembering the work and the life of the late Phile Bongole Lutaya.
The National HIV and AIDS Symposium is on the theme, My Responsibility Towards Ending AIDS by 2030. Mutoni Helda and Andrew Sebira, UBC.
Leaders and elders in Moroto district have mixed reactions on the lifting of the ban on the Turkana pastoralists who were banned from grazing in Uganda until they produce the killers of the 3 geologists and 2 UPDF soldiers last year. Since the Turkana were evicted from Uganda but remained at the borderline of Moroto and Kabong district, this has created fear among some leaders, calling for dialogue between the 2 countries before the attack the region had. But some say the ban has created peace in the region.
Early this year, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni banned the Turkana pastoralists from grazing within Uganda's territorial boundaries. The directive followed the eviction of the culprits from Moroto and Kabong areas by security forces. This was after the killing of the 3 geologists and 2 UPDF soldiers. President Museveni wants the killers and the guns that were used. According to security forces and Karamoja leaders, Turkana pastoralists have since remained at the borderline for fear of the harsh environment in Kenya. This has created fear among some political leaders and elders on account that the Turkana may attack the Karamojongs. Other leaders say Karamoja is enjoying peace due to the ban.
If we continue with this and the animals get finished because of the drought there, what will happen? The Turkana will look for animals where they are, meaning they will disorganize the entire Karamoja.
Saying we better go to Uganda if they want, let them kill us if they want. Some of them even tell us that now you people of Uganda, if this drought kills all the animals and kills all their people, we shall come for the cows in Uganda.
And the Turkanas went back we are relatively peaceful in the region.
They want peaceful dialogues to be held between the two countries of Kenya and Uganda in order to streamline the fate of the Turkana pastoralists once they cross back to Uganda.
The leaders, the local leaders need to come in, both in Moroto, the whole of Karamoja, and dialogue with the leadership of Turkana to remind them that they need to respect the host communities and the host country.
Turkana, the leadership of Karamoja, the army in Kenya, the army in Karamoja, should be able to dialogue and go to the kraals and talk to their kinsmen.
Key and Moroto District Chairperson David Koryang wants the Uganda government to lift the ban. However, Moroto Municipality Mayor Ismail Mohammed and elders Jackson Angela and Mark Eol hold different views about streamlining the fate of the Turkana pastoralists.
Our border now, we don't have grass, but this is the only grass. If our policy is any cow that crosses the same way, we demand for a gun. We cannot get hold of an entire.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, is the one who championed the East African community integration. The spirit of East African community integration is that the member states coexist, coordinate, and ensure there is free movement of goods and services across the borders.
The political arm of the Turkana seems to be negative, and it is them who are making their people to suffer. If they wanted to arrest those criminals, then the government of Uganda would open way for them. They would come, so long as they don't come with the guns. Yeah.
The Turkanas are suffering at the expense of because of these utterance of the leadership. So they should blame their leadership.
The 3rd Division Commander Don Williams Nabasa warned the Matheniko in Moroto, who collaborate with the Turkanas.
The Matheniko who are facilitating the Turkana to cross over to come to Uganda to graze from here will be held responsible for defying the president.
Despite the warning, Nabasa says security is guaranteed for the Karamojongs.
So please tell your people not to get worried. That one is the responsibility of the security forces, and we are already undertaking it.
On Thursday last week, Karamoja cultural leaders elected the Council of Karamoja Traditional Leaders with Peter Adey as the first king. This pledged to end the armed pastoral Turkana conflict in Karamoja. Mariana Wari and Maureen Iga, UBC.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. On return, we'll have a discussion on a number of affairs of national importance, and we are going to be talking to the Minister for National Guidance and ICT, that's Dr. Chris Bariomunsi. So please keep around.
Metro Bus Industries Namambe, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators and special purpose vans. Metro Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats or a special design that includes a restroom, power outlet, Wi-Fi, television and a refreshment center. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge.
Wano nno tuli Bukoto era lero wetugenda okugaba pichipichi yaffe eri omwanguzi waffe wano wetuzze.
I'm so excited and I'm sure even all the people, all the staff at Kwaliwath are all excited. We thank you very, very much.
Myaka 25 nga MTN eweereza naye nga buli week tugaba pichipichi 5.
Very, very excited. I'm excited about MTN giving back to its customers. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, MTN.
The fact that we have won really shows that people like Mama. Their services are really nice. MTN, your services are okay. The network is good. We are satisfied.
Chikola sense ne?
Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
In this family, we can't agree on anything. We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play.
Martha.
Ndowoza mulabi, we can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Hello, Mom. How did you sleep? How is Salongo? Oh, Mommy, how is Grandma? And Simba, the dog, yeah, the funny one.
Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel Bona Voice Bundles. Dial *100 *1 hash. Select Call Bona to choose bundles from as low as 1,000 shillings from daily, weekly, monthly, or bundles that don't expire. Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Sebo.
Yes?
This is the bill.
What?
Malaria testing, 10,000. Treatment, 100,000 since we put on drip.
Hey, Musao, can you read this for me? Before I brought my wife here, I'd already spent money on buying herbal medicine and drugs from the pharmacy, which didn't work.
But Sebo, the government gave out mosquito nets. Doesn't your family use them?
We got the mosquito nets, but they got holes and we didn't know what to do.
Protect your loved ones from malaria. Sew your mosquito nets whenever they get damaged to keep the mosquitoes away. Ensure all nets are tied up every morning to avoid damaging them. Ensure that everyone in your family sleeps under a treated mosquito net every night, whether it is a cold or hot season. Together, we can chase malaria out of Uganda. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from Global Fund.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185 hash. Select option 6, school fees. Choose between school pay, peg pay, or shore pay. Enter student number. Enter amount, confirm name and transaction. Enter Airtel Money PIN. A confirmation message will be sent to you upon a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Metu Bus Industries Namambe, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators and special purpose vans. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats or a special design that includes a restroom, power outlet, Wi-Fi, television and a refreshment center. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda.
It's still UBC News Tonight. Thank you so much for watching and welcome to this segment where we take on time to talk to government to get guidance nationally on different issues. A few days ago we had, may I call it a standoff or some kind of situation in Parliament where we saw MPs accusing each other of attacks in one's constituency. After that one, we now had the opposition walking out of Parliament over something that they think government has not handled well on their side. Then, out of Parliament, we got the ADF threats and attacks, especially where we lost the tourists and their drivers and guides. Then we have the issue of land grabbing that is also still a problem, and the LC elections. We're going to talk to the Minister for National Guidance to get more light on this. Honorable, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much, and good evening, viewers. I am happy to be here again.
You're not only a minister, but a member of parliament.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
For Chinchizi East,
exactly.
Kanungu district.
What is happening in that house neighboring us here where you sit?
Yes.
What do you make of the two incidents?
I have said before on the floor of the house that people who planned the Kampala were very deliberate. they put Parliament and National Theatre nearby. Sometimes our activities in Parliament reduce themselves to those which should be at National Theatre, not in the National Parliament.
In what angle do you say it with pride as a member?
No, that's why I'm saying I'm disappointed that sometimes we reduce ourselves to issues which ordinarily should be at the National Theatre.
We had two incidents.
And what has been happening in the last 1 week or so, to me, has not been very pleasant, because the people in Chinchizi East who elected me expect me to be in the Parliament discussing issues which affect them.
Exactly.
Issues which basically add value to their lives.
Make their voice be heard.
Yes. Now, like the first issue of the two members of Parliament, one member of Parliament
choosing the other,
who visited a constituency of another, and then heard the insults and abuses at the members of Parliament in the constituency where he visited. That's very unfortunate. There is a decorum which defines how we should behave as members of Parliament. When I visit a community, it's not proper for me as a member of Parliament to start abusing people. Leave alone.
I think even if you're not a member of Parliament.
Leave alone the colleagues in the House. You see, people take this multi-party politics too far. I, being a member of NRM, and somebody being a member of the opposition, should not mean that we are enemies and we should kill each other. You can visit a community, pass on a message of your party without necessarily bastardizing the politics which we are in. So the Honorable Zake from Mitiana municipality, going to Ragai and abusing and insulting the members of Parliament
of the area
and using very objectionable words was not proper. And it's good that the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker referred the matter to the committee.
I have seen so many people, your colleagues in Parliament and other analysts, other officials in government, saying with other issues that are perturbing us as a country, these people would have handled that in court and go on with our budgets, our other issues, our health situation, and other issues.
Well, that is one option. But also,
some people feel this issue took our minutes in Parliament that you people would use to discuss our health problems. What do you think?
Well, to an extent, yes, but also if a member of Parliament is aggrieved, that's a platform where she lived. There was nothing fundamentally wrong with raising it, especially to bring to light that some of our colleagues here behave in a manner which is not parliamentary. And I think why she was insisting that the video be played was like to say, you see how a member of Parliament can behave, because the Constitution says Parliament shall enact rules to regulate our conduct. So it was not necessarily out of reach for the member, for Honorable Nyamatama to raise it in the floor. What was probably disturbing was now the way it was dividing the House, like the opposition members of Parliament rising to like object to the playing of the video and so forth. Now as if when the Honorable member from Mitana municipality mentioned those words as if he was doing it on behalf of the opposition group. So at times we have taken
the drama was we were here watching live.
The drama was
then the other group crossed to beat these others.
Exactly. It was uncalled for. The woman MP Kinamadama raised it. Yes, the speaker handled it fairly well in my view, referred it to the committee, then it should not have taken a lot of our time. Then again came this issue of
the missing people.
Opposition walking out. And why did they walk out? Because they say the Honorable Chaguranyi, the president of NUP, was not handled well, in their view, by police and security when he arrived at Entebbe.
Actually, this is what my gatherings have.
Yes.
They say the issue of Zake versus Chinyamatama came on the floor to stop the hearing of a report that had the details of how the NUP leader was handled.
The issue was the speaker made his communication, and strangely, our leaders in Parliament had introduced now an element of responding to the Speaker's communication, which has never been the case, which is also not part of our rules. So the speakers have been allowing members to respond to their communications. And I think it was that in that space that the Honorable Chinyamatama raised that issue. And there was nothing wrong with her raising it. And it's just true that she raised it to derail the discussion on the report of government, because they had raised it the other day that they want government to respond and give a report.
Yes.
And the Speaker said, you did not alert me to tell the minister to come prepared. And the minister had sought leave of the Speaker to be aware that afternoon, the Minister of Internal Affairs. So the Speaker said, but the minister is not here. And they were saying, no, we want a report from the minister here and now. And the Speaker said, no, you wait maybe tomorrow. I alert the minister. And then they walked out, which I thought also was a little bit funny, if I can call it.
Why?
The minister is not there. You did not alert the Speaker, probably the Speaker to alert the minister to come prepared.
With the report.
Then you are saying, it's like saying, I want the MD to respond, or the UBC to respond to this issue here and now, when he's not here. So, did they expect the Speaker to be God to just pull the minister from the roof and bring him to Parliament? Because the minister was not in the House, and they were saying the minister there and then should give a statement. And the Speaker was saying, no, give him time, maybe tomorrow he can come. And then they walked out. Of course, eventually, the minister brought the statement. Report. But it has been a ping-pong of walking out to coming in, walking out.
Yeah, they were saying we shall only sit here
after
that report has been read to the Parliament.
Yes, and it was read.
Yes.
But they were still walked out.
That's because on another issue now.
Another issue. So, to me, I see it as a little bit comical. It's more of a comedy. Because, you see, we are elected into that house to debate. We don't have to agree because there is a government, opposition, but we should use our heads to debate and engage in an intellectual discourse.
Don't you,
so
Honorable,
simply walking out and in and out?
Honorable,
I don't think
what do you make of this? Don't you think the walking out is a strategic way of sending a message as well?
To who?
To you, the government side, to the Ugandans out there. Because if you say, we'll sit here when the report is ready, it is a way of pushing whoever has the report to bring it.
No, but first of all, government was not delaying or denying to bring the report. When they raised it on the very day, the Speaker said, but the leader of opposition, usually the practice is that when you want to raise a matter, you come and see me in the office. Because if he had gone to the Speaker and said, we want to raise this, then the Speaker would have told the Prime Minister or the ministers, please prepare a report, these people want a report. But then he just rose on the floor and said, we want the minister to bring a report on this. When the minister had not been alerted, was not even in the house. So decency demands that you follow the rules in the house. But for you to say, let me raise it, in the case I know the minister here, then we walk out. So what have they achieved by walking out? Because I've been in that house for some years. The opposition has always walked out and come in. They walked out and said...
No, let us first handle this second walking out, then I will sum it with... My other question will sum it up.
Yes.
So they walk out again over the issue of their missing persons.
No, I think now, this time, I've even lost count. The last time now they walked out was they want a video played showing how the Honorable Chaguranyi was handled at
that was at the first time. Now the second time was, they say the Prime Minister said she knows where one of their missing persons is and why he was arrested.
Yes.
2020. Up to now, they say the guy has not been brought to court, so let the Prime Minister at least tell them where the man is or produce him to court. So until you give us that, we have gone. So
that's why I say,
what do you make of that?
Because theatricals.
Actually, they even have recordings of the Prime Minister saying that she knew where the gentleman was.
Yeah, of course, when we're in Parliament, when we talk in the Parliament, everything is recorded. So they want to remain outside until when?
When the Prime Minister comes out to say that this man was arrested here and is here, or when the man is presented to court.
You see, what I would say that our friends in the opposition don't have issues of substance to sell to Ugandans. So they are merely clinging on this issue of missing people, people abducted and so forth.
Horrible. To you that is not of substance.
No. And it's becoming a tired song in my view. Because they have raised that issue on the floor of Parliament.
Yes.
We have had meetings with them. The last time when the Speaker tasked the government to bring a report, we met, we had the meetings with security. The Right Honourable Prime Minister came to give a report on the floor.
Yes.
The opposition objected that they don't want to listen to it and walked out. Yes.
No, they objected some of the information in the report.
No, but why don't you
But of course the report was adopted.
No, it was not even presented. Then they walked out, they said, no, we don't want, they objected, they don't want to listen to the report. But you are the ones who brought a petition here that the people went missing. And the government wants to report and account for those people, and they refused. They have been to Uganda Human Rights Commission. Let me read you a report, the most recent report from the Uganda Human Rights Commission. A conclusion, it's a wrong report, but a conclusion, just here, which says conclusion.
Yes.
Investigations have been conducted into all the 30 cases as reported the chairperson, Uganda Human Rights Commission, by NUP Secretary General, Mr. Lewis Rubongoya. Our findings make his complaint questionable. That's the Uganda Human Rights Commission. It is important to note that NUP has previously reported complaints to the Commission of alleged torture of its supporters. However, the said supporters have either not been cooperative by providing more evidence to corroborate the allegations, as with the case of Alexandros Marinos, allegedly raped by UPDF soldiers, who disappeared and the Commission has lost contact with her, or have changed the narrative of the allegations to one that is very different from the one they reported the Commission, as was the case of Eric Mwesigwa. Other torture victims torture in courts turned out to be victims of road accidents. You hear? NUP reports a torture case, but when the Rights Commission investigates, find this person got an accident, a motor accident, it had nothing to do with torture. This trend of incidents has led the Commission to question the credibility of the complainants and the complaints referred to it. Further, Mr. Rubongoya did not avail us national identity card numbers for a majority of the alleged missing people despite reminder. This made it difficult for us to establish whether those victims ever existed at all. This is a summary of Uganda Human Rights Commission. So that's why I've said Parliament was deliberately put near National Theatre. So some people want to use Parliament to play theatrics. Because the issue, just hold on, the issue of a missing person is a very serious issue. Because it could be me who was missing tomorrow, it could be you, it could be my child, your child. So we don't take it lightly, and we would want to advise Ugandans not to use this for politicking, cheap politicking. Because when you read through the report, some of the people who were reported missing, the Uganda Human Rights Commission found them at home doing their normal business. He said, but you are reported to be missing. So, no, I am here. So give us a statement. They said, no, I'm going to first call NUP Secretariat to see whether we should talk to you. Now these are people they are bringing to Parliament that they are missing. I will give you a copy of the report. So there is a lot of katemba, if I can say.
Indeed, katemba. Let me give you why.
For us as government,
yes,
we take it as an extremely serious issue to say somebody is missing. And indeed the state carries that burden and responsibility of helping whoever reports that his dear one has gone missing. So let's not use this for politicking. If somebody goes missing, you should report to the authorities, provide as much information as possible, and the state is duty bound to trace for the whereabouts of that person. But just using it for politicking, that one we object. We should not just...
Now, Honorable, where does this leave you as government. You had a report that actually confirmed that you had people in custody.
Yes.
Some of the names these guys claim are missing. One of them, the Prime Minister, is on record saying he was arrested from here and indeed security has him.
Yes.
Now, when the government again is coming out with a contradictory statement like this one, that these people are actually, security does not have them, after government having a report. So you have two contradicting reports.
Which reports are you talking about?
There is a report where they walked out some time back, where over 30 people were confirmed that yes, security has them on the floor of Parliament. Now the Human Rights Commission saying these stories are not true.
For some of them. No, what they are saying,
who is telling the right thing?
The issue is,
who is telling a lie?
The issue is, there are those they have reported.
Is it the families, the NUP, or government?
No, it's largely the opposition. No, just using this issue. You see, first of all, whoever is arrested, they say he has been abducted, he has gone missing. And two, they want to link arrests to politics. I mean, if I commit a crime and I am arrested from here, you don't have to say government has arrested an NRM person. I should be responsible for my own actions as an individual. So some of the people they are complaining about are people who commit crime, and through the normal policing regime, they are arrested, taken to police, some are charged in the courts of law, but then for them they want to turn it that these are NUP members who have been abducted or they have gone missing, which is not correct. People are arrested not on the basis of their political beliefs,
affiliations,
but on the basis of suspected crime having been committed.
But these people end up not being brought to court.
Who tells you?
You will hear stories of 2 years. How many years?
No.
That's where these people end up terming these as abductions.
Now I think they are like 2 or 3 categories. There are those who have been arrested, charged in court. Either they are out on bail, or they were bonded by police, or they have been remanded. They're there. There are those, especially those where the details were not provided, police and security are still investigating and finding out. I think one of the challenges has been, they just say Moses of Masaka went missing. Put yourself in the shoes of a police officer who is investigating. How would you investigate that? Moses of Masaka or James of Rubaga has gone missing. You have not even given us a second name. You have not given us his telephone number, the village where he lives, or a next of kin. So, such a cases. That's why it is more of politics than trying to help people who have lost their dear ones. That's why when you read the report of the Human Rights Commission, you find that people alleged to have gone missing. When they contact the relatives, they say, we're not aware, we are hearing it from you. So there is a problem.
Okay, but now I want us to leave this issue on.
But our message is, we don't take issues of missing persons lightly, because it's a grave matter. It is not true that whoever goes missing means he has been abducted or means he's a member of the opposition. Even somebody who is an NRM could go missing. And if your dear one has gone missing, you should report to the authorities, provide all the details, cooperate with the authorities for the state to help you trace this person. Because people can go missing for various reasons.
This is my last one on this issue.
Because of politics,
As government, the NRM government, as a matter of fact, there are people at court martial since 2021, 2020, election time. They are at court martial. There are others at different police stations arrested at around that time.
Not police stations. They can't keep in police since 2021 up to today. There is a stipulated time in the constitution how long you can be in a police cell.
Now,
so they either give you bond or they produce you.
Now, there are such stories. I've seen families, some people who come to court martial and they cry there, I thought he would be brought today. They have brought others. My son is not there. We have the stories here that why don't you come to the point where you solve this for once and for all, something that is tainting our name as a country?
It is true in the judicial system there is a backlog.
Yes.
whether you talk of court martial or even the civil courts, the courts that we use, that backlog because of human resource challenges and so forth and so forth. But also there is a sense of exaggeration because of our politics here. The opposition, the opposition that we have is a disloyal opposition, which is bent on tarnishing the image of government at whatever cost.
Can't government fight this through doing things these people can't?
But we are not going to stop the state from arresting wrongdoers, criminals, or those who are suspected of committing crimes. Crimes. Because they are mixing issues of missing people and abductions and state torture with the ordinary policing work. Every country, anywhere, whether you go to America or Europe or where, there is a police, and the police has to be enabled to do its work.
Honorable, these guys are not complaining about people that are arraigned before court.
No, but I will give you this report. I have told you that the so-called missing people, some of them have been in the police and have either received bond or have been charged and are out on bail or have been remanded.
They are not complaining about those ones.
No, they are complaining about those ones.
They are complaining about these ones who have not appeared before court.
Read the report of the Human Rights Commission.
Okay.
Even the Committee of Parliament.
You're going to send me a copy.
I will give you a copy.
Okay.
Then there are those whom will say yes are missing, but largely because the complainants, i.e. the opposition, the NUP in this case, has not provided details. The case I'm giving you, you just say Chris of Kanungu has gone missing. There are very many Chris's in Kanungu. You should say Chris Bariomunsi of Gwaibare village in Mishenyi Parish, Kayungwe sub-county, maybe aged this, his telephone number is this, his next of kin is this. That one helps the investigators to trace. But if you just give a Christian name and you mention a bigger community village.
But again, are we in a country
so they are doing it
where somebody can be eaten by monkeys?
No.
How can somebody disappear and can totally not be trusted in our country?
But who has disappeared?
You see, you're saying some people cannot be found because there is only one name that is given to police.
Yes.
At least we can know whether this person was killed by
how
thieves.
Will you know? What I hope, maybe I speak in the Ruchiga, which is I am saying, these people, if you are genuine,
yes,
and you know the person who has gone missing, then you should provide all the detailed information which you can give. What the investigators are saying, that because this thing is shrouded in politics, people just say John of Kawempe has gone missing. And then you start putting pressure. You have not found John. But how many Johns are in Kawempe? And how big is Kawempe? Kawempe has millions of people, thousands of, or even up to a million. So there are many. So you should say John Mwesiwa or John Mokasa of this village.
Margaret Kawagweri of Mukono.
It helps investigators to trace. That's why I'm saying it is more why do we sympathize with the families who could have genuinely had their loved ones go missing for whatever reason, but there is also a lot of politicking in it, just bringing all these things for propaganda value to taint the image of government, and we are saying no, that and we cannot accept just to be blackmailed. If you think somebody has gone missing, and it could be an NRM person, it could be opposition, it could be anybody, provide all the details to police or any leader, and then the government, the state will assist you to trace that person.
Honorable, let
us leave our
let us talk about ADF.
So let's leave the partisan politicking aside and all strive to help Ugandans, to help our people if anybody goes missing for whatever reason.
Our tourism industry was just...
But also the opposition should come in the house and we debate issues, not just walking out. Why are they fearing to debate with us?
I think they walk out on strategy.
No.
Yes, because...
that strategy is not working.
No, I listened to one of them.
I would sympathize with people who voted them.
First of all, when you say, let us vote to play a video, when you at the back of your mind, you know the other side has a bigger number of people. It is a strategy to suppress us.
No, it's not. No, let me explain that. There are three arms of the state or government.
And on another day,
hold on.
Let me finish his point. He said, then on the other day when the video is on our side, there is drama in accepting to play
No, that one, let me explain it. We have three arms of the state, or government, whatever you want to say. Judiciary, we have executive, we have parliament. Each of those arms has the way they make decisions. In the judiciary, decisions are made by directives or rulings or judgments. The judge listens, the judicial officer listens, and makes a ruling, determination. In the executive, where I'm just coming from cabinet, we don't vote. We develop consensus. You discuss a matter, everybody is given a chance to air whatever. Then the presiding officer, the chair, summarizes what he thinks is the consensus. And is it agreeable that we tend to take this direction? Then
you develop a position.
If you have objection, you say, no, let's modify this until you generate consensus. That's how we make decisions. In parliament, decisions are made by voting. That's why you always hear the speaker say, those in favor say aye, to the contrary. That's voting by acclamation. You may raise hands, you may go into the lobby. Decisions in the parliament are made through voting. So when the speaker subjects such a controversial matter to a vote, he's right. He's right. So for them to say you shouldn't vote, then this is not a Magua group in parliament. This is parliament, which is guided by the rules.
Let us talk about another issue of national importance.
I cannot fault the speaker for following the rules. That if it is a matter, especially which is contentious, you put it to a vote, and the majority will have it. So the principle is, the minority should have their say, but the majority will have their way. That's the principle of how parliament is done.
Is it fairly or
no,
just having their way?
That's how parliament functions.
Okay.
Yes.
Our tourism industry was recovering from COVID-19, and the figures were all running the positive. Then here comes an attack. How are we handling it as Uganda?
It's very unfortunate. Like you say, we were recovering from COVID, and the figures were improving.
Because COVID has shut out all the travels and things like that.
This couple which was a kid had just come from UK to come and have their honeymoon here.
Yes.
That shows the confidence they had, and then this thing happens. Which is very unfortunate, and our condolences to the family of the couple and also the Ugandan guide driver from Kaberamaido.
How are we handling the ADF issue?
Now,
we have just lost students in Rubiriha. Then there was some other attack there. The issues in Congo, we have a reporter in Congo who tells us how they are raping women and
like
now
the president has written through his social media handles that the Uganda government agreed with the government of Congo, DRC, and we appreciate the government of Congo to collaborate on the hunt for the ADF. And they gave us 3 sectors in the DRC. Sector is a region. There's one adjacent to Ntoroko, Bundibujo, then the one behind the Gwenzori Mountains, then the one on the left to the road to Beni, Kasindi, Beni. This is where there is a Virunga forest behind Lake Edward. And now recently they have allowed us in another sector which is deep inside. So we've been working with the Congolese government and people to thrash out the ADF. And this operation has been successful. The reason why you see these attacks is that the UPDF, working with the Congolese army and leadership, are pounding, hitting the ADF very hard on the side of the Congo side. And then, now the remnants are the ones freeing some into Congo and then some into Uganda. So these marauding groups, in smaller groups, are the ones who are attacking. The ones who attacked the Rubihira secondary school. Then recently also there is a truck which was attacked carrying onions. The attack, it belonged to some gentleman from Kisoro, but he was there towards Bugera. Then the other day they killed the tourists and the guide. First of all, to assure Ugandans and the viewers that they should not get very scared. There could have been lapses in terms of intelligence and so forth. because the president actually had warned Arias through his writings that these guys, some have crossed.
Okay.
But the UPDF will continue seriously hunting them.
To pursue them.
But then we should be on the lookout. We have now since intensified mobilization, security and intelligence gathering within the communities neighboring DRC, Kasese, the Bundibujo, Ntoroko, Semurik area, as well as the Kanungu down the Kusoro area, those areas bordering the DRC. And a number of measures, even today we had a lengthy discussion within the cabinet, some of which we don't have time to expound, to address those gaps. And the assurance we want to give to tourists and everybody watching and listening to us, that there should be no big cause for worry.
Okay.
These attacks should not mean that the ADF is gaining an upper hand, that is very strong, it is going to kill people. No way. It will not. And even the 5 who attacked this vehicle and killed these journalists are being hunted. And I can assure you, they will be good. They will be good. So we want to request our people in those communities to heighten their security antenna and be on the alert.
Can they handle? Can they handle on their own? These are terrorists.
Should you see somebody
Can
who is
ordinary
strange,
me and Margaret really handle in our villages?
First of all, the police stations and units and security installations should avail numbers to the local people for people to know which number to call. We are even going to provide toll-free numbers to all police stations in those communities, which numbers shall be made public, so that in case you cite anybody who is strange, then you should quickly call police, and police is going to be facilitated, to be enabled to come and have a quick response. So there are a number of measures which are being put in place, and to us, we are very confident that the ADF is sooner than later going to be defeated the way we defeated Kony and his LRA. So it's not a sign of strength that the ADF is getting stronger, but rather they are being hit very hard in the Congo area. Even today we were shown videos of how the gunships are hitting both day and night, because we have sophisticated equipment now which can trace these rebels, whether in the forests, whether in the darkness, they can still be traced using the most recent technology. So they're just running away from the firepower in Congo.
And coming to terrorize us this time.
Terrorize us, yes. So we're going to work with the communities to raise the community alertness, and they will be hunted down for sure. So
how about now?
To tourists, to international community, they should not get scared of coming to Uganda to continue with their tourism. They will get all the protection and they'll be able to reach all the places they would want to visit.
Actually, in just a few words, I heard of government arrangement on providing security to tourists. First of all, is it a fact, and how is it going to be materialized? I heard of such information. Is it true?
It is true, yes. I may not give fine details now, but the assurance I'm giving that we have put in place all the measures to ensure that tourists, local or external, international, will be secured to access any part of the park, any part of the country safely, where they were safely.
Okay. Let us wind up with LC elections in the interest of time. We were given 6 months, and they have gone. We have to go line up. First of all, is it lining up this time? Of course, it may not be for you to answer. That is Justice Biabakama. How ready are we? Do we have the funds this time? And when shall we have these elections shifted to the time when we go for elections?
Electoral Commission released the roadmap, and I think resources available, but the other time we announced that we had given 6 months extension to the LCs. We are still carrying out internal meaning within the government consultations. We even have a meeting on Wednesday this week over the issue.
Okay.
To look at timing, because there are also those who have a very strong view that maybe we should not subject the population to electioneering at this time. Rather, we focus on delivering services, other than saying maybe we should not allow LCs to remain expired. They're not expired as such because we renewed for a long time, so there are those discussions. So for now, I am not in the position to say we are going to hold elections on this date.
Okay.
But soon, I will be back either here or through the media center to give you the proper dates, because we are having internal discussions within the government.
So the time elapsed,
when,
but you are looking at how, when, and...
Has the time elapsed? No.
We have just a little time to do the...
Yes,
the
but
6
the
months.
law allows us, if we so wish, to extend again for 6 months.
Okay.
So the law, the way it's coached, is that the government, through the Minister of Local Government, can extend the life of LCs for a period of 6 months, renewable.
Okay.
So we have two options. We can renew 6 months, or we can hold elections. But we haven't concluded the internal consultations.
Okay.
Once we conclude, maybe by the end of this week, then as a government spokesperson, you will see me here, or you will see me at the media center or anywhere, now communicating the dates and what is going to happen.
Honorable, I want to thank you so much.
But as we stand now, the LCs are in place, the leadership is in place, and they should continue doing their work normally.
Till that final communication.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Honorable. I borrowed more 10 minutes out of what we were given. So
no, it was very important that
we will end here
we
for
discuss
tonight
these
till
issues.
next
So
week.
tomorrow we are preparing for Parliament.
Yes.
So we hope our friends, the opposition, will come. But Ugandans expect us to be meeting in the Parliament and discussing issues which affect them, which help them to put the food on their table.
Okay.
And not these issues which, in the view of many Ugandans, are probably not what. I am sure if I started walking out every day from Parliament, the people of Chinchizi used to say, but this man, did we send him to Parliament to keep walking out? Or we voted him to be in the House? And to agree or disagree with the people who are arguing with him, but to put those issues in the floor. So our friend, the opposition, come and we debate. That's why there are microphones in the House for us to intellectualize. We don't have to agree, but we can resolve and sort out whatever issues we have on the floor of Parliament. Walking out, in my view, does not provide the answers to Ugandans.
The Honorable Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, Minister for ICT, that is Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance. We always get time like this to get him here and guide on a number of issues, contentious or that need enlightenment to the ordinary Ugandan, like myself and Margaret and you, to get to know what the truth is. So that's the time we spared today. Honorable, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much for watching, and we'll get back to you with more news. Yes. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you very much. I'm always very happy to be here.
Yes, Honorable. Thank you so much.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185#.